Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Queen City 100, live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Fourth round of the Cobalt Tools Truck Series 2017 campaign. So you can see 15 laps to go. Bailey Bliss has been in control of this race ever since the second cycle of pit stops. That number 5 has been on a rail. It's been quite a race so far. So without further ado, let's get you up to speed with the Cobalt Tools race recap. Here's everything that's occurred so far in the Queen City 100 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Starting on the pole was Cam Bennett of Australia. That Harvey Norman Holden got out to the front with Max Winfield in second place. Winfield making his third start of the year, I believe. Behind them is John Beaufort and Hanamaru Tsushima, who impressed at Watkins Glen in the International Series a couple weeks ago. As into turn 1, Cam Bennett is going to get a great jump on the field. Passing is going to happen early and often here up front at this track. These guys are racing this track almost as if it's a super speedway, being able to form really great slingshots there as you see Beaufort going for a shot. Near disaster here, lap 24, as first cycle pit stops getting underway. Martin Jackson hits the wall in the O2. Bob Boyd, the 98, gets hit. Careens to the tri-oval grass, keeps it off of everything though. Impressive driving there from the veteran driver from Reno, Nevada. As we fast forward a bit, here's the first cycle of pit stops coming through on lap 25. Lacey Starling and Bailey Bliss were up front for most of this race. So we see them coming into pit here. As you see, after pit stop cycled out, it would be Starling and Bliss out to a commanding lead over everyone else. The rookie from Tacoma, Washington, Lacey Starling, looking impressive, as is Bailey Bliss of Columbus, Ohio. These two young ladies showing a lot of potential here today. So fast forward a bit, lap 48, the second round of green flag pit stops. Carter Fitzgerald inherited the lead right before the pit cycle. So you see Bliss, Fitzgerald, Dallas Hammond, Lacey Starling, among others, pitting. After that, though, it would be all Bailey Bliss. Bailey Bliss would get out first at pit stops, and she would just absolutely take control. So we fast forward now, 10 laps to go. Bailey Bliss, that Think Geek Rick and Morty truck, has absolutely pulled away from the rest of the field. Got about a 3-second lead, but not too far behind, though. There's a second pack starting to form. You kind of saw it there in the shot down the back straightaway. See it again there in turn 3. That pack consisting of several people. Hanamaru Tsushima is a lap down, so she is not a factor in this. But Dallas Hammond, Carter Fitzgerald, Scott Strickland. It's Hammond there. Looks like he's losing some ground. Lost ground to Fitzgerald there, and Scott Strickland's gonna try to make something out of this here. The Winnipeg native in that Rogers cable truck, looking really good. Scott Strickland there, as you see Colin Wheeler also in this pack, as is the aforementioned Lacey Starling, Cam Bennett, Tom Ashcroft also in this. So we're down to about 9 laps to go at the line. Scott Strickland, though, having a good run, and Lacey Starling with a push from Cam Bennett, gonna go for third place here, actually, excuse me, as Carter Fitzgerald currently sits P2. Fitzgerald had the lead for a while, but you gotta wonder if she's got the car to get back up there and get up there and contend with Bailey Bliss, who has just been on a rail since the second cycle of pit stops shaked out. It's Cam Bennett, though. Not much help, but he's got to push a little bit of a draft from Dallas Hammond in the 55, the rookie. His dad, 2002 champion Doug Hammond, very well known in the Stars Truck Series. As Bennett, Cam Bennett, the Australian, gonna get a push here from Hammond. Go around Carter Fitzgerald for second place. That 81 truck has not been to victory lane in almost 3 years. That's around the time Cam Bennett got into this truck, coincidentally enough. Cam Bennett searching for that first win here in Stars. Looking to be the first Australian driver to win a race in the Stars Cobalt Tools Truck Series. And that Harvey Norman Holden looks like it's got some good power to it. So Cam Bennett might not be a bad bet here today, as he's got some more help from Dallas Hammond. We cut back up front here. See Bailey Bliss dealing with has just dealt with some lap traffic. Scott Andrews in the 19, Wilson Timothy in the 11, 87 of Allison Evans, and 36 of Dustin Houston went back-to-back the past 2 weeks. This week has not been as good to him, but 5 truck of Bailey Bliss looking very, very strong. However, it seems like the 81 might be closing the gap. The gap between the 5 and the 81 seems to be shrinking slowly but surely. You see Bennett there really starting to come into the frame. Cam Bennett looks like he might have something for the leaders here. So he continues to push on with help from Scott Strickland in the 49. The 81, the 49 seem to be working really well together. These two playing some strategy, almost as if they're racing at a track like a Daytona or a Talladega, for instance. Bennett looking to get, as I've said, looking to get his first win. Scott Strickland also looking to get his first win. That 49 team, Spirit of Canada Racing, would love to get that truck in victory lane. Can't count out Colin Wheeler in the 65 either. As you see, Bennett now going to make a move on Dustin Houston. Houston's locked into the chase, so this race really doesn't have that much of an effect on him. 2 wins, he is solidly in the chase at the moment. However, that could all change as we're still very early into the season. Cam Bennett going to get by. Laps are winding down here. The 81, the 49. As I've said, they are working like a very cohesive unit right now, trying to get up there. We have about 2 laps to go. It's going to be the white flag next time by at the line. The 81, the 49 really trying to get up there, make something happen, as Cam Bennett, he has caught Scott Andrews in the 19. Blast by the 87 of Allison Evans. Strickland and Bennett going to try to push that 19 forward now, so the white flag is out for Bailey Bliss. Is Bailey Bliss going to be able to hold on, or does Cam Bennett have something here, as he's absolutely shoving that 19 truck of Scott Andrews, pushing him here. So go down the back straightaway. Bennett gonna shoot low. Bennett gonna duck low to 3. Here we go into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Does Bailey Bliss have enough to hold him off? She can't close the door on him. Here comes Cam Bennett through the tri-oval. It's gonna be a photo finish, and Cam Bennett is gonna steal one here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. What a finish! Cam Bennett rallies back from a 3-second deficit to close in and take his first Stars Cobalt Tools Truck Series win. Well, coming up, we're going to have an interview with Cam Bennett in Victory Lane. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Queen City 100 post-race show is coming right up after this break.